let me explain to you what we're working on and everything else. All right. So let me share my screen here, man.
Yeah, sure. What are your wishes for companies that invest in your company? Is there any wish that you what you want us to do?
So
Or
basically, what we try to do, we try to diversify the type of the investor, so it will not be one investor. It will be kind of as many individual, and then also influencer, and also VCs, and also exchanges, and also wallets. So diversification is what we try to create. Beside that, every person we try to make sure that is coming with kind of an added value in order to keep boosting. I will explain you more, so it will make sense to you in a second.
Yeah, sure.
Let me share my screen. All right. Can you see my screen?
Almost. He's loading. Yeah, there it is. Thank you. Can I do like that? Yeah, it's okay.
All right. So basically, our organization called Adam Foundation, and what we do, we focus in on one thing and one thing only, which is solving liquidity issue in the blockchain. If you're thinking about the blockchain, like you're thinking about the internet, right? So the internet without the speed is like the blockchain without liquidity.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of inefficiency when it comes to the blockchain, even though we're a decade after. If you take in, for example, the real estate industry in the blockchain, or the insurance one, or the NFT one, even the cryptocurrency, which is supposed to be the most efficient among all other, it's not really so efficient. So for example, if you have an Ethereum and you want to move from it to BNB, you need to do 4 or 5 clicks to move from one side to another, and then you need to pay the Binance Smart Chain. So you need to have it in the wallet, but you don't have a BNB, so you cannot invest in BNB, and you cannot buy BNB because you don't have BNB from the first place. So it's become like a chicken and egg here. And then you have a BTC and you want to move from BTC to Ethereum, and suddenly you end up with swap BTC instead of BTC. And then you have light chain and side chain and validator. So you have everything except what you really need. And that's really risky, because if you're thinking about it, you only need one person to hack into the Oracle, steal all the money by changing the value of the BTC, whatever it is, to whatever it is not, and everybody will be left out with wrap nothing. And you only need small village in China or North Korea attack in order to attack the entire validator concept underwater, because if it's a concept of who have more money, make the decision. I mean, can you imagine yourself that in some point there will be no nuclear bombs attack? It's just going to take the blockchain down and the entire people losing all their money, and that's enough in order to take the country down. So what I'm trying to say is that when you have a big money and you have people, it's always bad combination. And bad stuff happening eventually is just a matter of time. And when we build stuff, we try to make sure that there will be no people involved. There will be no some kind of a backdoor. Everything will be code-based. And that being said, we also try to keep it simple, like one click in, one click out, right? Think about it like Yahoo, a lot of moving parts, versus Google, clean sheet, one button, right?
Yeah. So it's kind of like a layer on top of it, right?
Yeah, so I will explain to you exactly in the details a little bit about our group. So we are working 3 years, built 5 startups, 3 exit. We're working with the top advisor in the world, including the previous chairman of the SEC, Nobel Prize winner, vice chairman of the NASDAQ, founder of Visa, chief economy in the United States, Team Draper Network. We also participate with competition around the world, and we receive best fintech company reward with $1 million cash check. So as you can see, we try to build big stuff and those that can actually change the game. And today I want to focus with you about the SmartSwap. So I will switch here. Let me switch to different page so I can show you around.
How many projects do you do right now? Is SmartSwap the only one, or
so
is it?
Basically basically we're launching right now to the market 2 projects. I will explain to you those. And the idea is that they're all working together, and I will explain that as well. And we're kind of launching one, and then every time we finish to launching, there is kind of some project that they're still too earlier for the time, like a year apart or 2 years apart. So, for example, do you see the SmartSwap? This is something that we created in 2017. And I know that everybody call themselves today swap, sushi swap, pancake swap, pizza swap.
A lot of swaps.
Swap, right? But the SmartSwap is not a swap. The SmartSwap is basically a new technology that is different from all the AMM that you're familiar with out there. The thing is that we couldn't launch it into the market in 2017 because it was too early to solve a problem that not yet created. And also I couldn't explain to people what is a slippage-free because nobody knows what his slippage is. So it was way too away. And then now is the right moment. So let's talk about the SmartSwap. You know what? Let me move here to the old side so I can show you the testnet.
Sure.
All right. So the first thing to know about the SmartSwap is that we are talking different language.
Yeah.
Unlike everybody else that say, take BTC, give me ETH, give me BNB, we don't speak that language. First, because nobody going to speak it, right? In the future, people are not going to say how much this TV costs. The answer is 0.78, right? The answer is dollar, euro, yen. That's the language. And second, I already come across with two AMM and aggregators that take advantage over users. And what they do, they basically, sorry, I have a lot of emails coming in with contracts.
No worries. I know how it works.
I need to sign them. So as we speak, I also will sign contracts. So, so I saw some AMM that play with user. I mean, take advantage of user by when user see the numbers and don't really understand if it's the same face value because it's not clear what the dollar amount is, and basically they kind of sneak in some more slippage, so you will end up with less what you expected. So here we're talking straightforward language, very transparent. You give 100, you get 100. There is no ability for you to, as you can see, to edit how much you can receive. You cannot say, like in other places, take my 100, give me 90, or give me 110. It's not possible. You have to receive exactly the same face value because of the slippage free. And then pay attention to another thing is that you've not been asked how much your token is worth, right? I don't ask you that. I basically go and ask the public. I check how much people trading that token right here, right now, on real time, and centralized and decentralized exchanges using CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, and that's the right answer. So when you're swapping, right, also pay attention that you do not need to pay the Ethereum fee with Ethereum. You pay with BNB, and if you're swapping the other way around, you will pay the Binance Merchant with your own ETH if you're swapping from ETH. So, bottom line, you don't need to hold the counterparty token. Now, another thing to pay attention is that there is no double click. You do not need to claim anything. It's just one click. And then once the transaction will take place, hopefully, because the testnet is very slow today, nobody mining that. So I will make another transaction just in case that he will need maybe more fees or more gas. So just we'll send two transactions, say which one will come first. So once it will complete it, I will open the ledger and we'll be able to see the transaction and see which one comes first. How it will basically move from one side to another. Another thing to understand about the SmartSwap is not only slippage free, basically we reimburse 100% the user with the gas and the fees. So the idea is that we don't want them to end up paying anything. So if they pay 0.3% fees, unlike Uniswap, we do not give it to LP because we don't have an LP. So we give it back to the people by take that token, buy token from the market, burn them, so the supply go down and the price go up. Now, the most important stuff to talk about the SmartSwap is not the slippage free and it's not the cost chain, even though we can support same chain, cost chain, we can support Tron, we can support Cardano, we can support DOT, we can support Tezos, basically every chain out there with smart contract we can support. That being said, we can support chain without smart contract, like Bitcoin. We can create, we actually already created, we are doing our auditing for that. We actually build a way how people can swap from BTC to ETH and BNB by one click, but with no time limit. You click and go to sleep. That's it. You don't need to do anything. Right?
That's what I saw straight away because you clicked on the button and it went like, oh, it's green, let's go, it's pending, and you'll see your money.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's
here
good.
we go. This was faster. This one slower.
Receive.
All right. So it's a matter if you catch the block and someone minting the block, because the Binance Smart Chain faster than Ethereum, so it's every 3 seconds, right?
Yeah.
So here we go. Let's see. So we have here Binance Smart Chain. We move from this wallet 0D64, right? And then here we have basically the Ethereum side, and then we receive it back to 0D64. That's it.
Yeah.
One click, no sidechain, no light chain, no wrapping, no fees, no nothing. Boom, right? Easy as that. Now, the most important part to talk about the smart chain, as I said, is not the slippage and it's not the cost chain. It's the liquidity, right? The liquidity. Remember what we do? Solving liquidity issue. So why it's so important? It's important because all the AMM that you're familiar with, all the all the swap out there, like Uniswap, PancakeSwap, all those swaps, they are not going to survive.
Yeah.
And the reason they are not going to survive is because they're not scalable. And what I mean by that I said they're not scalable, is that today they've been built in a way that you have 2 pools, right? Like 2 big towers. And you need to basically contribute LP as a liquidity to those pools in order to minimize the slippage. Now, right now, the industry is extremely small. Only a few $1 billion locked value, that's it. Everybody can come play ball. But the moment that more people will come and the public will come and they will want to swap, you will need to park more and more LP. And that's what will happen when it will start to crack down. Because I don't know what's going on your family, but in my family, I don't see my mother or my grandmother parking any money on some contract. And I don't see the public that have money in the bank and they barely parking it in good interest rate. I don't see them parking money in smart contract. So the point is that what I'm trying to say is that the fact that there is NASDAQ open to business, it doesn't mean that everybody rushing in. There's a lot of regular people that do not play that game. So what that means is that you will not have enough trillions of dollars to put into the Uniswap concept in order to minimize slippage to the public.
Growing. Yeah, you can't expand.
So so in one point it can be break, right? Now, the SmartSwap is not created with LP and pools. It doesn't work like that. It works in a different way. So instead of having big towers of pool, the SmartSwap is more like fountain, right? It's more like water, like the fountain. So imagine yourself, I will explain you what that means. Imagine yourself that we have a peer-to-peer, truly decentralized peer-to-peer smart contract. And imagine yourself that you come along as a user and you say, I want to swap $50,000 each for $50,000 BNB. So let's assume for a second that there is nobody there. You're the only person on earth that ever come to the SmartSwap and you're the first of your kind. What that means is that there is no counterparty, nobody there. So your order will be pending. So far makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So what we created is a solution that works together with liquidity mining. So imagine to yourself that before you come in with a $50,000 imagine to yourself that I'm a liquidity miner and I want to help you to have liquidity, but I also want to make money. So what I will do, I will go to Binance or OKX or Hobby or any exchange in the world that you have, it doesn't matter which one, and I will go to my wallet in my account in that exchange, and I will basically send, for example, 100,000 BNB using the API, it will actually will do it for me. It will send 100,000 BNB to the SmartSwap. So what will happen? What will happen is that my $100,000 BNB is pending because nobody there yet, right? It didn't come yet. Now, if the Binance if the Binance token go up, let's say go up by 10%, what will happen? When I will get my money, I will not get $100,000 for my BNB. I will get 110 because the SmartSwap, as you remember, we said same face value, right? So I can also say to the SmartSwap, if the BNB go down, do not come back below $100,000 because that's my limit, right? So I can put a limit right on it. That being said, let's say I put my $100,000 and you come along with your $50,000 each. So when you will come along, I'm already there, right? My money is there waiting for you. So you will have immediately swap, right? And then I will get to my wallet. It's automatically go to my Binance wallet. I will get your $50,000 each. And the SmartSwap API will take that 50,000 each, go to Binance Marketplace, will sell it, in order to buy new BNB and then push it again. So
Oh,
think
that's
about
like
it: send, receive, repeat. Send, receive, repeat. Send, receive, repeat. So that's the concept: send, receive, repeat. But when I go into the SmartSwap and buy, you remember, same face value as the market cap, CoinGecko. But when the API will buy from Binance, I will buy below the market.
Yeah.
There's the spread. So if you're looking on people that parking money on Uniswap for 0.3% and minus the management fee 20%, so it's like 0.26 eventually, 0.006. Eventually, if you cumulative everything, what is it? 50% a year on average, right? Give and take. So with the spread, get smart token plus getting the spread, you can make more than double, triple, more than that as liquidity provider with the SmartSwap. Now you don't need to lock anything. You can come with $1. You don't need to limit yourself when to redeem it, increase it. And actually, it's kind of if you're thinking about it, when you put your money in Uniswap, and let's say the token going down, right? When they're going down, you have a full exposure for the prices that went down, right? With the SmartSwap, you can say to them, using a face value as $1, you can say, do not come back with less than 100,000.
Yeah.
Right? So you kind of have a hedge for your money.
Yeah, it's like an insurance.
that being said, let me give you the highlight of what I just said here so it will be clear. We find a way how to decentralize Binance and OTC system. So what that means by that, it doesn't make sense that you as a user, you will go and do KYC, AML, sign up, second notification, deposit money from your cold wallet to the hot wallet, risking your money. Second, place an order on the order book, then withdraw it with another second notification all the way back, and all that's what? Because you want to move from A to B?
Yeah, these are things I'm seeing as well. It's the worst, man. So that's why we believe in your projects as well. This is
so
future.
That's why I think that it's absolutely nuts. And not only that it's nuts, I mean, if you are big, let's say you have $10 million, you want to swap it on OTC. Why the heck you need to fill all the forms, start to justify for where you have the money from? I mean, if you come into the SmartSwap and you're placing any type of order, billions or zillions, it doesn't matter, it will be take place. And if there is leftover, it will be pending, and then it will take place because it's founded. Eventually, it will take place. And if your value go up, you don't need to cancel and reorder it. It will go up with that. Now, thinking about it, if someone wants to sell NFT or car or building or some token that doesn't have a high volume, daily volume, you don't want to place the order and go to sleep on some peer-to-peer exchange, because you can say, take my building, give me Bitcoin, and somebody in the morning, you will wake up, somebody give you your Bitcoin that you asked for, but the value of the Bitcoin no longer what you thought it is. It crashed 50%. So somebody steal the building away from you for 50% discount, right?
Yeah.
So that's why the SmartSwap protecting you from face value point of view, right? So what I want you to do, I want you to think about the SmartSwap like you think about PayPal.
Yeah.
PayPal is not a bank. PayPal is a layer on top of your bank. If you have a bank or you have an OTC, SmartSwap can basically move money into any form by one click, by very easy, like PayPal do it with one click to email or cell phone, right?
Yeah.
So that's the power of the SmartSwap, to be like a PayPal, right? So that's one thing. So I explained to you how we can do one-click swap, but that's only half of the picture. Now I want to explain to you how can we do a swap without a click.
Yeah.
Because that will take the industry all the way from kindergarten up to the university level and open the door to mass adoption. So the first thing for you to understand is that today we have a lot of blockchains, many of them.
Yeah, true.
But it's nothing compared to what we'll have by tomorrow. And the point is that if I'm a project, it doesn't make sense that I will deploy my smart contract all over again with many chains, just because they have a lot of opportunities and user and communities. It doesn't make sense that me as a user, I will hold so many tokens just because I want to play ball with so many projects in different chains, blockchains. So what I'm saying here, if you go visiting Dubai, you do not create a credit card with dinar in it just because they need dinar.
Yeah.
You go with your credit card, you pay, somehow they get dinar, you come back home, somehow you pay euro. Now you know that something happened behind the scene, but frankly, you don't care.
Yeah.
And that's how reality needs to be. Imagine yourself that the SmartSwap have a component called Smart Bridge. And imagine yourself that it's a layer on top of your wallet. And instead of going to your Trust wallet and click swap and go to the slippage and place an order and have a spread and pay order and pay fees and feed your wallet with BNB, imagine yourself that you keep in your wallet whatever you need, eat, Bitcoin, regular digital government money, whatever in the future you will have in your wallet, that's what you have. So once you will go to Dubai or you will go to play with Binance Smart Chain project, you will pay with whatever you have, they will get whatever they need. And you will not click on anything. And there will be no cost for you whatsoever to do that. And if you're thinking about it, it doesn't make sense that in the future, it doesn't make sense at all that in the future, people with government money, doesn't make sense that people in government money, they will start swapping in government money using Uniswap or Binance. They need simple solution. So that's the SmartSwap and the Smart Bridge. Now, obviously, when we're creating stuff, we are basically the first thing to do is to make sure that we patent that and we do everything well, including protecting ourselves from bad actor and bank on all the evil people out there. But that being said, we give it for free. So imagine yourself that the SmartSwap will be free. So imagine yourself that if you want a SmartSwap, you can have your own SmartSwap with your own design, with your own logo, with your own everything. You can call it whatever you like, right?
Yeah.
And not only that, I will show you an example how it will look like. Imagine yourself that you are coming here and you click here on get your own free license. Once you click over here, you will see this page, right? That you will be able basically to put your smart contract of your own token, and then you will be able to decide how much you want to charge your users. 0.1, 0.2, whatever you like, right? So the point is, our only rule for you is that if you want to charge your user something, fine. As long as you reimburse them with your own native token, so they will not end up paying anything, right?
Yeah.
That's the rule. Now, let's talk about marketing. How are we going to take the project to the market? First thing first, I hate marketing. I hate sales, I hate marketing, I hate all that bullshit. I think it's a waste of time. And I think it's crazy that project raising too much money in order to spend it on marketing. And I think, frankly, if you're comparing project to the old world, imagine to yourself that, I don't know, you have a manufacturer with TVs, right? Why the heck I need to go and build a Walmart or build Amazon or build Alibaba if they already have a player out there that they have the traffic and all I need to do is put myself on the shelf.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. A lot of applications try to drive to themselves millions of users, which is nuts. It will take a long time to gain the power of exchange, for example, that already have those millions of users.
Yeah.
So what we do, we are kind of give for free the SmartSwap as a license. And if you think about it, everybody will have his own traffic. You have 10,000, somebody have another 10,000, another 50,000. Eventually, as a cumulative number, as a long tail, the SmartSwap will become to be the biggest exchange in the world. And you will have an access basically to the same liquidity no matter which door you're coming from. Now, you know how much we're charging new project with tokens to list on the SmartSwap? Other exchanges charging what? 50K, 30K, up to 1 million. How much do you think we charge?
Oh, that's a good one. Is it zero?
Yes, it is. We're charging zero. There is no need to be charged anything. And actually, nobody need to list anything because his token, as long as it's on CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, with two exchange or DEX or any validator that can set up a price, it will be automatically will be listed on the SmartSwap. So you don't even need to put a logo. It will be himself. So that's the power of the SmartSwap. Now, more than that, I can tell you yesterday we signed a contract with MXC, which is an exchange in Asia, one of the biggest exchanges in Asia. They have $1.5 billion daily trading with 3 million users, right? So they took the SmartSwap as a license in order to have it built in inside of their own exchange. So
That's
can you
good.
imagine that from day one you have 3 million users available to play ball on the SmartSwap?
Yeah.
And not only that, I will tell you why exchanges really need it. Exchanges, it's like a casino. They don't want you to leave. They want you to stay and stay forever. If you want massage, you want food, you want entertainment, whatever you want, they will bring it to you, right? Just don't leave, right? And the point is that, and the point is now stuff becomes to be hard. Now there is more and more blockchain created, and exchange cannot keep up by creating liquidity enough to satisfy all the blockchains. So there is no reasonable for new project. There is no reason for new project from some blockchain to come to exchange that is mostly ERC20 and Ethereum, because there is no traffic for that project in this exchange, right? But if this exchange have a SmartSwap and you have $1.5 billion daily trading with ERC20 and Ethereum, basically it's like you have $1.5 billion with BNB. So you can welcome any project in. And not only that, you know what is Lightchain? You know about Lightchain? Lightchain, right? So Lightchain is kind of a solution for exchanges in order to move liquidity between themselves, but as a side, right? Server side. So the idea there, besides that is server side and risky, everything that is server side is risky. But the point that I'm trying to make is that if you have a SmartSwap in one exchange or many exchanges, or even the user on the exchange provide liquidity to the SmartSwap, theoretically, as an exchange, you don't need to pay to Binance money for liquidity, right? Like billions and zillions that they're charging. And obviously, you don't need the Lightchain because the SmartSwap will bring you all the liquidity that you need. So not only that, it's kind of acting as a PayPal for the industry and open the door with swap without a click, it's also basically helping the exchange and keeping the user in and preventing from the need to be distressed when it comes to liquidity. Make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So we covered the SmartSwap. I will cover one more project that go live side to side with the SmartSwap on the same time. So we have
is that the version? Is it?
So we have the Degen Swap is basically a product that's been created by somebody else back then. And originally the Degen Swap been created as a solution in order to give for free tokens for users that get hurt by other projects or exchanges or whatever. And a lot of people talk about the Degen and how much they like the Degen, because even CZ from Binance talk about it, and people like the Degen. And then we bought the Degen and the community and the swap and everything. And now we're upgrading that in order to be something else. So instead of being an AMM, we're taking it to the next level to be basically an umbrella. So imagine yourself AMM, imagine yourself that there's aggregator on top of the AMM, right? And imagine yourself that there is Degen, right? Above them all. So the Degen, it will be affiliate of 1inch and all those aggregators. So you can come to the Degen, you can get the same prices, and obviously 1inch will execute the order. But the point is that with Degen, you will get reimbursed for the gas and the fees, right? So if you're going to do transaction anyway, it's better to do it in a way that you get reimbursed for that. And that being said, if you need to do a multiply chain and cost chain, you don't need to go to multiply transaction on someplace else. The Degen have the SmartSwap built inside them behind the scene. So basically you can do the cost chain for you on the same click, right? So you can move freely between all the aggregators around the world. Now, MXC not only took the SmartSwap built inside of the exchange, they actually took the Degen too. So the Degen right now is going to be built inside of MXC, and we have two more exchanges that start to do contract with us about those two. And the idea is that exchanges don't want you to go and leave to DeFi, right? And go over there and all the DeFi. So what they do, they bring the DeFi to you, right? So once again, you will stay at home and not leave. Got it?
All
right. So let's cover any question regarding to the product before we jumping into the tokenomic.
Yeah, I think it's quite logical because this as well. Just one more question: is it also possible to have a multi-send function or so in SmartSwap, or that might be good as well?
Sorry, you're breaking up. To do what?
So is there also a multi-send function in these projects? Is that possible as well?
Multi-sig, you mean as a wallet?
Yeah, so if you have addresses, you can send it to a lot of addresses at once.
So SmartSwap do not know who is behind the wallet. Wallet is a wallet is a wallet is a wallet. How you trigger your wallet with voting or private key, or you break the private key to pieces and more than one person holding it, SmartSwap don't aware of that and it doesn't care. It just make sure that the wallet will be the client and who hold the wallet is behind the scene.
Oh, that's good. Nice.
All right, so let's switch to the tokenomic. Our tokenomic has been built in a different way, so I will explain you that well, and you will see what's the difference between that to what's going on today. The first thing for you to understand is that I didn't like the tokenomic that been created in 17, 18, 19, and I definitely don't like the tokenomic that create in 2020, 21 even more. And I will explain you why. People find a very brilliant way how to basically cause a heap and drive something into the market that everybody rushing in like it was a nuts. And somebody paid the price. And that somebody is the public. And what I mean by that, I will give you an example. So there was a project called Alice a few days ago. And people bought into Alice with 12 cents, right? And then it's been released into the market at $60. So it went all the way up to $60 and then it crashed back to $11, $12, $13. So a lot of people lost a lot of money between, of money between. Now I understand that whoever bought on the ground floor as a pre-sale because it was close to the table, he enjoyed for 150x, good for him, and even dumped 10% of the supply. That's what's cost to that dropping. But you do understand that not only that the public get hurt, but basically it will take to the project a long time, maybe even next year, until it will be recovered. I will still remember how Algo been crashed by 90% or even 95 or 98%, and only recently it's just been recovered after 2.5 years. So what I'm saying is that I'm talking with a lot of people all day long, and they said to me, let me in, let me in, let me invest. I will not be a dumper. And I said, how can you say you will not be a dumper? I might say that this project can give you 400x. Are you really going to stay to see if it will bring you 1,000? No, you're going to dump. If you have a lottery ticket, you go for it. Or what if the winter will come sooner? Are you going to stay on the cold or are you going to walk away? I mean, it doesn't make sense that you will say never, you know, you never know. So what it's caused me to think, okay, let's assume that we cannot control people's behavior, right? It is what it is. What can we build from technology point of view so we can satisfy the need to be a dumper if they want to, but without hurting other people? How that can be possible? If that can be possible, it would be fantastic, right? And that's basically what we've been able to achieve. So I will going to introduce you that solution, okay? The first thing to see is that we're doing a pre-sale at for VCs, influencer, communities, and also diversified it as among as many groups as possible, so nobody will have a big holding, because eventually it's also voting rights, right? And as you can see here, 0.01, that's the baseline purchasing price. And then after 90 days with staking, with 430%, that means that the price go down from whatever it is, it's equal to 0.0049, which is less than half cent. Now the listing price of secondary market exchanges and DEX will be 0.2, right? 0.02. And that means that it's basically equal to 75% discount, which is kind of 4x right on the door, right? Now that's the pre-sale for the soft agreement, and also the online that people will come with the wallet and participate. Now let's talk about those two. You see it says PDO? Right. Now you're probably familiar with IDO, ICO, IEO, IPO, anything that starts with I, right?
Absolutely.
Now, the I is standing for initial, right? And the P is standing for post. So what I'm trying to say by that is that if you have initial offering, you cannot run it simultaneously with secondary market, because if your initial is lucrative, nobody will buy from the secondary market. If the secondary market is better, nobody will buy from your initial, right? Now the PDO working together with the secondary market hand to hand all the time. So it's designed to work with the secondary market. So what I mean by that is that if you want to buy as a trader, you don't want to lock yourself, you just want to buy token, sell, buy, sell, you will go to secondary market, right? Because it's free and clear. But if you want to buy a token and stake in it and get APY, you want to basically go to the project and use its contract like liquidity mining, right? So basically what we did, we combined two type of product out there that you're familiar with already. One is the launch pool that usually raise money, but 100% because it's a launch pool go to the pool, right? It's not like IDO that go to the founder too. 1% go to the pool. And then you have liquidity mining that you're staking in a token and generating APY, right? So we took those two and basically combine them into one and create the PDO. So what that means is that over here on the pre-sale, as you can see, the price are fixed. Whatever you see, it's whatever you get. Here in the PDO, the price is not fixed. The price is starting with 0.2, but it's going up. So imagine yourself, what will happen to a pool that's starting from 0.02, and for 90 days, nobody can redeem tokens because nobody has tokens, not even me. Imagine 90 days, everybody basically under staking, and whoever buying into that staking, the money go fully 100% to the pool, and there is no tokens out, there is no LP, it's just basically pushing the price up. So what will happen, the price will go cuckoo. I can tell you that because it's not the prediction, it's a math, right? If you're pushing $1 million to the pool in 0.02, $1 million, not even more, the value of the token will be $2 instead of 0.02. So that's telling you that those guys basically made like 400x. Right? So it's a crazy number, and it's very risky number. Because if somebody made 400x, he may say, you know what, I don't mind to dump it into the market quickly as possible for even 30x. I still in profit. So that's the risk on that, right? So what we did is basically create a solution for that, and I will explain you how. So beside the 90 days that you get the APY, imagine to yourself that everyone, after the APY is over, imagine yourself that your token, instead of go to your wallet, is go to a gateway, and you control the gateway with your wallet. So what it will let you to do, the gateway, is it will let you to do two stuff. Number one is that if you want to sell the token as a whale to somebody else, and you want to sell a 50% discount even, you will do it inside OTC that belong to the project, another project that we have, so you don't affecting the secondary market. You will have it inside OTC. And second, you will have the ability also to go to the SmartSwap and place an order sale and say to the swapper, sell some of my token. And what will happen, you remember, SmartSwap cannot sell above or below the face value. So what you will do, you will basically make sure that it's not hoarding the market. Now, if you're thinking about it, it makes sense, because if I'm a buyer and I don't want to buy with APY, I want to buy sell, right? Free token. I will not go to Uniswap and PacketSwap and buy with slippage. I will go to the SmartSwap because it's slippage free.
So
it's slippage free. So I will play with SmartSwap. Now think about another thing. When people swapping, every time they're swapping from side to side, there is 0.3%, which go to the pool, the PDO, buy tokens out, burn them, and increasing the value, decreasing the supply. So what that means is that the PDO always go up, and there will be arbitrage player that will buy from the SmartSwap without a slippage and sell to the PDO in order to gain the spread, right?
Yeah, because the coin always keeps an owner, right?
Yeah, so the idea here is that even if you don't have enough, let's say, I don't know how to call it, let's call it attention. If people don't come to the SmartSwap and they go to secondary market, the SmartSwap themselves can go to the PDO pool and basically sell to the PDO pool, but in a way that there is a price limit without causing the pool to drop. We will make it in a way that you will be without a slippage. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is that if you want to dump, you can dump, but you cannot hurt anybody else. And obviously, it will be like that for 1 year after the 90 days. But because it's DAO based, people can vote to extend it or to short that. It's up to the community that will be into the gateway. Everybody can vote. So the main idea here is that if you want to hold and you know that the project like Al is going down, it's killing the idea that you will hold because you don't want to wait for next year to recover. So it's forcing you to dump.
Yeah.
Here you can dump, for example, 10%, 50%, 20%, 5%, whatever you need in order to cash out a little bit. But if you believe in the project, you may keep it because you don't have kind of a danger that you, for at least a year or two, don't have an upside, right? So that's the SmartSwap. That's how we do it. And another thing, pay attention that there is no treasury. You see that? There is no allocation treasury waiting somewhere in some smart contract. Whatever we're selling have to go out. Whatever is not go out have to get burned. There is no treasury. And also, do you see here? There is no team and founder tokens, which means there is no way that like other project team getting so many tokens, so their grandmother can rush in first and dump that. And the point is that if I want tokens, I need to buy them. So I need to go to the OTC with other token that I have or with equity that I have from my own company, and I need to use way of payment to sell that, buy that. I need like a fair and square purchase smart, and I cannot get it for free. And by the way, my token is locked, some of them to 10 years, some of them for next year. So probably I will not be able to do it in the next months. But the point is, the entire structure been designed in a way that it will be long-term project and not pumping up. Because every project today in the market, wherever helping them out, all the VC, SMC, eventually all they care is to make a buck. And then they leave you to survive if you will survive. And this project can change the game, right? So it's like a PayPal for the industry. You know, it can open the door, including the fact that people can swap between money, like, you know, regular money. Like you think in the cryptocurrencies money, think about how much money move in between euro to USDT to yen every day, right?
Yeah, a lot.
Nobody going to send people to Binance or to Uniswap to move between euro to BN to dollar or yen or other currency around the world. They will need a solution, and they will need a solution without a slippage.
Yeah.
So basically, what we created here can change the game completely.
Yeah, right? Sounds good, man.
All right, so this is the SmartSwap solution and the digging solution. Questions?
I get the product. It's genius, man. It's great. It sounds good, and this is really a solution to the problem there right now.
By the way, I recorded this call so I can give you a copy, so you will not need to pitch to your community. You can share the video with them.
Oh, that's great, man. Yeah, I saw the record button in the right top corner already, so that's good. I love it. Will you send it to my email?
Yep, I will.
Okay, that's good.
So what I need next is that I need to understand. Do I have your Telegram? What is your Telegram? Do I have it?
Oh yeah, Telegram. Yeah, we have it.
What is it? Put in the chat for a second.
Let me see. More in the chat. We have one moment. I can give you mine first if you want. Let's see. I'll send you a picture of it, like that.
Yeah, just type your username on the chat.
Yeah, it's DeeJay. This should be it.
All right, so that's the user.
Find it?
Yeah, I find it. I will send you hi back, so we'll be.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, great.
Now we're good.
There you are.
Okay. So what I need from you is basically to send me information like legal name that's supposed to be on the contract. How much allocation do you want to deploy for Degen and Smart? There is limitation, no more than 250 for each. So you can go with number, but not costing 250.
Yeah, do you have a minimum as well?
No, usually in the soft, it's dancing between 50 to 250. If user want to do below 50, usually I will show you here. We're going soon.
Yeah, I think the minimum will be 100 or so. So that's no worries about that.
Yeah. So do you see here? Once we will start the online, people will come with their own wallet, and they will be able to participate in the smart and DeeJay. And you don't, by the way, you will not need to have BNB if you don't have any, because the SmartSwap already integrated as a behind the theme, so you can come with it, investing with it, and you get the PP20, right? So it's the same idea like we talked about.
Yeah.
So everybody will be able to participate online. But if you want to secure a location, but also the date, because whoever participates online is 90 days start at the time that you deploy the money.
When does the public sale start?
So just saying, those that using SAF secure the 1 second that the public start, right? The pre-sale starts for the public. So they're kind of capturing the moment. So what we plan to do it in this coming Tuesday, right? April the 6th, but we may push it a little bit because first there is tons of demands that we need to facilitate. And second, we want to make sure that the entire structure that we just created, because so for example, the gateway that I talked about, it's something that we had recently because the demand was so high and people didn't want to be limited with 25K, because eventually when you're building a project like that, you limit people for 25, and a lot of people say it's not enough. We have big community, it's not enough at all, right? So we try to increase the location, the location for more people, but that being said, we try to find solutions so they will not become dumpers. So we kind of in the finalizing everything, but we also want to do some double checking before we releasing that. So we already used that before in different projects in different ways, so it will be very quick development because we have like 90% already exist. We just need to do adjustments, right? So it will be very fast. And by the way, I forgot to tell you because I didn't announce that yet, but we have another exchange in Asia that sent us a contract today, and he want to take, we see here the PDO. You want to take the pre-sale and the PDO page inside of the exchange built-in. So user from the exchange will be able to participate in the PDO without even have a wallet. So obviously you understand that it can cause a really big hit for the price to go very, very, very high, and the amount of the liquidity that can be generated out of that, it can be very beautiful. I mean, I'm looking out there on a lot of projects that are doing mining, liquidity mining, and you see it by yourself. There is a lot of projects out there with millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, some of them even with billions, right? I think on Binance have more than $1 billion on liquidity mining, right? So there is no reason that good project will not have big amount if it's working well, right? And that will benefit back to people. Yeah.
It's great, man. Right. Sounds good. Sounds very awesome. What do you need me to do right now?
So you need to go to the Telegram and shoot me information like a legal name. If your community, how much the allocation will be break into, like 10 wallet, 20 wallet, 50 wallet. I need to know, give and take, how many people will receive it, right? You can give me a range.
I think we'll just use one.
So but eventually are you going to break it down? For example, if you get one into the gateway, in the gateway you're going to break it down to people, so each one of them will have his own allocation, or you keep it as well. Because in the gateway you can break it down. It's not affecting the market, right? You can give people allocation and they will be in the gateway alongside with you.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because I think we're going to do it like that. Because you have after 90 days it's unlocked, right? So we'll get it. I think we'll split it up. I think that's a good thing to do as well.
So I will need to have some kind of an idea how many people will be involved in that allocation.
No problem.
So what I need, let's say again. So I need legal name, email, where to send the stuff. I need to know how much allocation I want to deploy to to dig in how much you want to deploy for the SmartSwap, and give and take how many wallets will participate in each one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good. I'm going to talk to the team about it, and I'll send this video as well. Are you working tomorrow as well, or is that a day off?
There is no day off.
I can imagine. Yeah, let me get all the information. I'm going to drop this in our pool as well. So I'm going to try to get everybody together. If I have everything, I'll just text you on Telegram, and then we'll try to sort this quite soon. But
so
I can already tell you.
You are just. I don't want you to say I promised anything, because everything here kind of super fast. I will show you. First, a lot of the allocation already gone. Most of them already been executed with money, like by minutes or by hours. But even though I will show you, we kind of send theft more. Right now, there is theft out there more than what we actually can take. So it's kind of a first come, first serve. So this is all the thefts that being completed, right, in the last hours, right? And this is where is it? Waiting for others, right? So this is all the stuff that's been said in the last day or two, and basically they are still to go. So whoever basically executing that, you see here that's been executed, waiting for me to sign, right? So once I will spin it, money will come in, and it's like I said, first come, first serve. So whatever you do, just do super fast, because you see that's kind of what, 2:14 now. It's like 30 minutes from now, right? 30 minutes.
I can imagine.
It's kind of very
I will give my team a call straight away, and then we'll fix it, and I'll try to get it done today already. But yeah, you know, I have the information today, and then we can sign the documents as well, and then we can start working together. I'm looking very.
Yeah. I will do once you will send me information. I will shoot you the stuff, but I will also send you the video in case that it will save you time to expand them all over again.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a good thing. Just send me the video. I can send it to my team, and then we'll solve it today. That's good.
All right. So we'll talk.
Yeah, we'll talk. Thanks for everything. We'll talk soon. Anyway.
All right, no problem. Bye-bye.
Enjoy the night, man.